Last year, the Yankees took the seasonal series from the Tigers 9-6. The Tigers won 2 out of 8 here and 4 out of 7 in New York. Here's the second baseman, Randolph. Right-hand batter hitting .249 in 61 games. On the Rose delivers. It is a ball high to Willie. Ball 1. Yanks just came away from Boston, where they dropped 2 out of 3 to the Red Sox. Fastball outside, 2-0, the count on Willie Randolph. Rose checking his sign with his catcher, Parrish, ready to work again. The 2-0 delivery. Randolph takes very wide, low and outside to 3-0. Mickey Rivers is on the disabled list. Hit by a pitch on Friday night and had a hairline fracture on the back of his right hand. Catfish Hunter replaced him on the roster, coming off the list. There's a strike call, 3-1. 1 out, nobody on. Yankees batting. They've got Randolph in the first inning. Here's a pitch. He swings and grounds a foul over toward the third base coach, Dick Hauser. An ex-Tiger, Gene Michael, coaches on the lines for the Yanks this year at first base, and they've got Hauser over at third. The Yankees have brought back Larry McCall from Tacoma. And since that transaction transpired last night, they've also got Brian Doyle up again now, an infielder who's a brother of Denny Doyle. And, of course, they've added Jay Johnstone and Gary Thomason in the last week or so. Here's a pitch, and Randolph swings on a bounding ball to shortstop. Trammell has it. Throw to Thompson. He got him for the out. That's 2 down. And we'll bring up the veteran catcher, Thurman Munson. One of the top hitters in the league, Munson. Batting at a .273 clip right now, a little below. 4 home runs and 31 RBIs for the big Husky guy. Followed by Reggie Jackson. Munson takes the strike call. Got a fastball in the outside corner. 2 out. Roseman set down the first 2 Yankees. He batted 308 last season, Thurman did. There's a strike on the outside corner. First catcher ever to make Rookie of the Year in the American League. He acquired that honor in 1970. Waiting, and the pitch is wide. Hard-breaking curveball, low and outside. Jackson waiting on deck. No score first inning. Yanks at bat against Dave Roseman. Man Rose rocks into action. Pitches. Here's a tapper hit to second base. Whitaker has a hop. Throw to Thompson. They're down 1-2-3 in the Yankee first. At the end of a half inning, New York nothing. Tigers coming to bat. No score. Tigers coming to bat in the last half of the first. They'll be facing the hottest property in baseball right now, Ron Guidry, the 5'11", 160-pound left-hander, who has the amazing record of 11 wins and no defeats. Guidry, who a couple of years ago was ready to quit the game when he was at Syracuse. He had gotten in his automobile and was heading home, and his wife talked him out of quitting. Decided to come on back, made it back to Syracuse, and then eventually to the big leagues and absolute stardom this year. Last year, he came on to be just about the most effective Yankee pitcher toward the end of the year, winning 16 and losing 7. This is his 15th start of the year tonight, most by any Yankee starter, looking for 12 wins against no losses, and faces Ron LaFleur. And Ron takes that fastball in for a strike. Talking with Yogi Berra before the ball game, and I said, where does this skinny guy get all his velocity? And Yogi says, I don't know, but he sure got it. He throws the ball hard. LaFleur digging in, waiting. Ron hitting .266, and he takes a breaking ball high. 1-1 to count on him. Guidry's worked 21 consecutive scoreless innings. And his last 2 starts has given up no runs and 7 hits combined. In his last 3, he's allowed only 1 earned run. There's a ball outside. 2-1, the count on LaFleur. I think the Tiger feeling is, well, this guy is due to lose one sometime. And we might as well be the guys to give it to him. Here's the 2-1 delivery to the leadoff man. Swing, fly ball, deep left center field. Maybe going way back, and that one is out of here. A home run. LaFleur starts it off with his 6th home run of the season in the left center field lower deck. The 3rd home run allowed by Guidry this year, and that is another Superior home run. Ron's homer sends him a free case of those crispy, fresh Superior potato chips. Sends another case of Superior potato chips to the King Daughters and Sons home for the aged of Flint. What a way to start it off against the sensational left-hander Guidry. A home run off the bat of Ron LaFleur. The Tigers have a 1-0 lead. Here's Kemp stepping in.
There goes that scoreless inning streak.
In a hurry. Kemp hitting .290. Left-handed batter takes a high, hard one. Ball 1. Make no mistake about it. Guidry throws the ball hard. 1-0. Tigers leading on the LaFleur homer. Now the kick and the pitch. There's a high one. Ball 2, the count on Steve Kemp. Guidry has now won 19 of his last 20 regular season decisions. Fastball outside, ball 3, the count on Kemp. This start by Guidry is the fastest the Yankees have had since Coates had a 9-0 record in 60. Strike called. He started for first base, but the decision pulls him back. 3-1 on Kemp. Now Guidry rocks into action, delivers. It's a pop-up on the left side of the infield. Going back now, the shortstop Stanley. He's under it. He has it for the out. And there's one away. Here's Rusty Staub stepping in against Guidry. Rusty batting .282. Tom Zachary had a 12-0 record for a complete season. Adley Donald had a 12-0 record at one time for the Yankees. Strangely enough, Donald is the man who discovered Guidry, who's pitching tonight, and signed him first to the Yankee contract in 71. Here's the pitch on the way, and Rusty takes a strike. The best Major League start of all was Rube Marquard, 19-0 for the 1912 Giants. Man they called the $10,000 lemon, and then he turned into a lot more than a lemon later on. Vindicated McGraw's judgment in him. There's a ball outside. Staub steps out now. 1-0 Tigers lead. The home run off the bat of LaFleur put him in front. Rusty swings, fly ball left field. White is there waiting. Easy chance. Makes the catch, and they're 2 away. Jason Thompson ready to step in now to face his fireballer. Jason hitting .302, 17 home runs, 45 RBIs. The rooftop back in action at Tiger Stadium. Left-hander Guidry pitches. It is a breaking ball across for a strike. Strike 1. Outfield straight up on Thompson. They're not playing in full so much with this fastball pitcher going. He serves again, and it is in tight at the shoulder. 1-1 the count on Thompson. Guidry did not have a chance to play high school baseball. His high school didn't have a team. Spent 4 years in the minors before he made it with the Yanks. Cut and a miss. 1-2 the count on Thompson. The motion by Ron Guidry. He pitches. Thompson takes a cut and misses. He struck him out. And the side retired 1-2-3 after the leadoff home run. But the Tigers go in front on that home run. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. And at the end of 1, Detroit 1, New York nothing. Reggie Jackson lead off for the Yankees now. The Tigers ahead 1-0. We're going to the second inning. I'd like to send Tiger birthday greetings to a great Tiger fan, Mrs. Louise Brady. of Birmingham, Michigan. Mrs. Brady of Birmingham, Michigan, longtime Tiger rooter. Also, a special salute to Father Herman Buss, the founder of the Capuchin Soup Kitchen, who's always been a great Tiger supporter. We appreciate his loyalty. Here's Reggie stepping in now, the gentleman who was our pregame guest. Left-handed batting, Reggie Jackson, hitting .271. And he takes a curveball high from the Rose, ball one. Jackson has 11 home runs and 41 RBIs. Son of a Philadelphia tailor, Reggie Jackson. And he takes the ball in too close on Reg. 2-0 the count on him. Large group from the Hurley Medical Center in Flint out to see the action tonight. The Rose are ready for action. He pitches. It is a strike. Change-up curveball. Came in just above the knees on Jackson. Swings on a bounding ball past the mound to Trammell near second. He gloves it. Throw to Thompson. Jackson's out. And the first four Yankees have gone down in a row. Here's Chris Chambliss. All of them so far have hit the ball on the ground. Chambliss has hit safely in 8 straight Yankee games. Chris batting .296 with 5 home runs and 36 runs batted in. Outfield deep and straight away on Chambliss. He can pull the ball with power. Bounding ball to second. Big hop for Whitaker. Throw to first. Routine out, number 2. Here's another long ball threat. Greg Nettles stepping in. Hitting .248. 12 home runs. He's the home run leader on the team. And 31 RBIs. Greg Nettles at the plate. Left-handed batting third baseman backs away from a high, hard one. Ball one the count on him. 1-0 Tigers lead on a leadoff home run by LaFleur. The Yankees are now batting in the second inning at Tigers Stadium. Here's a strike. Rosie curved him and got it in on the inside corner. Twins gave up on Nettles. They felt that he couldn't hit left-handed. Well, he proved them wrong. He swings and misses. Going for an outside delivery. Rodriguez is very wide of the bag at third, almost over toward the hole between third and short. The Tigers have pulled Trammell over to his glove side near his second at a deep shortstop. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Swinging the bounding ball, gloved by Roseman at the mound. He flips it over to Thompson. The side out, 1-2-3. The second straight Yankee inning. And at the end of 1 1/2, Detroit 1, New York 0.
When your car needs an oil change, chances are what you say is change the oil, which is all you need to say unless you want to make a change for the better. Namely, new Ultra D motor oil from Marathon. Marathon's new Ultra D motor oil is a special blend of natural and synthetic ingredients that's really different from conventional blends. A special blend that means better gas mileage for you. More miles per tank full. New Ultra D motor oil was tested by independent laboratories, including road tests in typical city and highway driving. And the results were the same. Improved gas mileage, more miles per tank full. So go ahead, improve your mileage. Get your car's engine together with Marathon's new Ultra D motor oil. You can change for the better with new Ultra D. A change for the better from the people who do it better. Marathon Oil Company.
Yogi Berra telling us that he's opened up another racquetball court in his home state of New Jersey. Somebody asked Yogi one time what would he do if he found $1 million. And his answer was, well, if the guy who lost it was real poor, I'd give it back to him. Here's Rodriguez to bat for the Tigers against Guidry. The Tigers in the lead, 1-0. We're in the second inning. Aurelio Rodriguez at the plate. Right-hand batting third, Saka waits and takes a strike call from Guidry. Gave him a breaking ball over. Rodriguez batting .284, 5 home runs, 20 RBIs for the happy Mexican. Left-hander Guidry pumps and pitches. Swing and a miss on that hard one. Strike two, the count on Rodriguez. Outfield slightly around to right on him. Swing. There's a high fly ball to left field. It won't be deep enough to do any damage. White is there waiting. He has it for the out. Got a pretty good cut at that one, but he got under it a little bit. And Rodriguez flies to left. So Stanley will be the batter. There's a Stanley on each side. Fred Stanley for the Yankees and Mickey for the Tigers. This is the very popular Mickey Stanley. Mickey batting 186 in 16 games. 2 home runs and 3 runs batted in. Guidry goes to work. There's a fly ball to the left field corner. It'll be in there for a base hit. Fielded on one hop by White, and Stanley has the second Tiger hit. Parrish will be the batter. If you missed the first part of the ball game, Ron LaFleur got the Tigers in front with a leadoff home run. This is the second Tiger hit. Stanley's single with 1 out in the second inning. Tigers in the lead, 1-0. Here's Parrish at the plate. Young Lance batting .214. Swings and misses on a breaking ball toward the outside. Guidry has a fine earned run average, 1.45 going into the game tonight. Lean left-hander kicks and deals. Parrish swings and misses again. Hub Leonard of the Boston Red Sox had an ERA of 1.01 in 1914. Three-finger Brown was 104 in 1906. Of the moderns, Bob Gibson has the best one, 1.12 in 1968. That's for the whole year. Here's a cut and a miss, and Parrish goes down swinging. We got nothing but breaking pitches. Oh, they're 2 down, and the batter will be Alan Trammell. Allen hitting .261. 2 home runs. The second one came last night. He has 12 RBIs. Guidry has struck out 2, not walked anybody, and allowed a couple of hits. Man on first, Stanley. And it is a strike called on Trammell. Hear a familiar voice over in the corner of the dugout. That's Mark Fidrich, the bird, chirping over there. It's a ball outside. The bird is back. Worked out a little bit before the ball game. Had a chance to talk with him. He says he's happy to get back. Not any real significant news from the bird. There's a ball outside. 2-1. Lou Whitaker waiting at the on-deck circle. Tigers lead 1-0 second inning. They've got 2 out and Stanley at first base. And the 2-1 pitch, Trammell swings and pops it up on the right side of the infield. Randolph heads over to foul territory and overruns the ball and can't get it. Jackson came in. He didn't get there in time, and the ball fell in safely for a strike. 2-2 the count on Trammell. And while everybody gets back now, let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
Jay Roberts joins you as you meet your new day on Night Flight 76, evenings at 11:30 here on the Goodwill Station, WJR Radio 76, Detroit.
Trammell's still alive after Randolph overran the pop foul fly. Now the set, Guidry delivers. It is a strikeout. He swung and missed on the fastball, and Guidry gets his 3rd strikeout of the game. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. That at the end of 2, Detroit 1, New York 0.
I bought an economy car. Nice little car. Of course, I had to give up big car rides. I just bought a smaller car, too. I gave up a lot of passenger room. But with prices going up and up, I figure you got to give up and up.
Well, I didn't give up. I bought a new Plymouth Volare 4-door, and I didn't give up the things I want. I got the big car ride Frank gave up, the room for 6 Harry gave up, plus the compact economy they didn't give up. So why didn't they buy a Volare? I give up.
Don't compromise when you economize. Although your mileage may vary, the EPA rates a 1-barrel, 6-cylinder Volare 4-door with manual transmission at 28 miles per gallon highway and 20 city. Don't give up. Get a Plymouth Volare.
value on Plymouth Volare. See your Greater Detroit Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Radio 76 salutes Janet Clark, Vice President of Visual Impact Productions, recently elected to the board of Campfire Detroit Area Council.
Had a lot of ticket trouble in the booth today, but we finally got those day game finals for you. In the American League, California beat Minnesota 4-2. The Roach the winner and Marshall the loser. And Baltimore triumphed over Milwaukee 10-3. The winning pitcher was Flanagan. In the National League, Houston beat L.A. 4-3. Joe Niekro over Rao. And San Diego defeated Atlanta 2-0 as Ochinko was the winner in that one. Everybody else is playing tonight. Here's Thomason coming to bat now. He's hitting .208 for the year. Gary Thomason, left-handed batting outfielder, obtained just recently from the Oakland team. There's a ball outside. The Yankees got him in exchange for Mickey Klutz and Del Alston. He had gone to Oakland from the San Francisco team in the Vita Blue transaction. Left-handed batter takes a ball in at the knee. 2-0. Rosema behind the hitter. First 6 Yankees have hit the ball on the ground for out. Rose checks his sign with Parrish, goes into action, delivers. It is very wide, 3-0 on Thomason. Thomason, a native of San Diego. The Yankees have had their best record against the White Sox. They're 5-0 against Chicago this year. Here's a strike. Jim McKean up with the right-hand call on that one, 3-1. Milwaukee's handled the Yankees pretty well. They've beaten them 4 out of 5 times. It's a ball in close. He walked him. Walked him on a 3-1 delivery. Johnstone, a veteran of the National League mostly, although he's played in the American League before he went to the National, coming up. Jay got his start with the California Angels a good many years ago, back in 1966. And went to the White Sox, Oakland, and the Phillies. He's bounced around quite a bit. Left-hand batter, the outfield is straight up on him. There's a toss over to first, and Thomason gets back. Phillies used Jay mostly as a pinch hitter. There's a slow roller. Off the mound comes Rosema, and he flips it to Thompson, who retreats to take the throw at first base. Johnstone is out on the slow hopper to the pitcher's mound, and Thomason moves on to second. So here comes Fred Stanley, the number 9 hitter. He had a big blow in the Yankee victory in Boston. They won out of the 3 games. A Grand Slam homer at Fenway, you remember.
What are the odds against Mickey Stanley and Fred Stanley hitting home runs on the same day in 1978?
I don't know. They'd be pretty large, I'd say.
But it happened, and in the same inning, Ernie.
That's really doing the old coincidence bit, isn't it? Fred batting .343 right now in 23 games. Here's a ball high. Bucky Dent's been suffering with a foot infection. He's been in and out of the lineup. Roy White waits on deck. 1 out, a man on second for the Yanks. The Tigers lead them 1-0 in the third. And Stanley starts the bunt, and did he bunt at it? Let's see. The umpire says yes, he did. McKean says he went over on that one. It's a strike. 1-1. In the games he started, Fred Stanley's batting .407, 11 for 27. Yankees always seem to come up with a good shortstop. Here's the 1-1 pitch now to Stanley. Here's a ball outside. Rizzuto, Kubek, McDougal, Crucetti, Koenig, Everett Scott, Roger Peckinpah to go back even farther. 2-1 count. Rosema ready, delivers, and it is a ball outside. He checked his swing on the pass. Parrish wants to have a little confab with his pitcher, Roseman. Tigers have a 1-0 lead on the leadoff homer in the first inning off the bat of Ron LaFleur. Right now, the Yankees have the tying run at second base in the third inning with one man down. Fred Stanley's taken Roseman to a 3-1 situation. Let's see what he gets on this one. Here's the 3-1 delivery. Swing and a bounding ball to shortstop. Trammell has it. Here's the throw to Thompson. Got him, and on to third. There goes the runner, Thomason. So Thomason walked, and he's moved up on a couple of grounders. He's on third with two down, and White, the leadoff man, steps up again. There have been 8 outs off the Yankee bats, and all 8 have been on ground balls into the infield. Here's White. He bounced out the first baseman, Thompson, the first trip. Batting left-handed, he's a switch batter, and takes the ball low. Ball 1. The Yankees, after they play this game tonight, will have met everybody. They still have not faced the Cleveland Indians. Scheduled over there. Out. There's a high pop-up into short left. Trammell going back. Here's Kemp behind him. Kemp catches it. Side retired. That's the first outfield put out for the Tigers. No runs on, no hits, a walk, no errors, and one man left. And at the end of 2.5 innings, Detroit won, and the Yankees nothing.
We've had some ticker problems in the entire stadium here tonight, but thanks to Dale Conquest back at WJR Sports Department, we've got some of the scores, and I'd like to pass along the information on those afternoon games. Each league had 2 this afternoon. At Los Angeles, the Dodgers lost to Houston 4-3 as Joe Niekro got the victory over Rao. Niekro evening his record at 4-4. Ochinko pitched San Diego to a 2-0 victory over Atlanta. He had help from Raleigh Fingers in the ball game, but the Padres beat Atlanta 2-0. In the 2 American League afternoon contests at Minnesota in 12 innings, the Angels beat the Twins 4-2. As Dave LaRoche got the victory in relief, he's 6-3. Mike Marshall, the loser, 1-6. And at Milwaukee, Baltimore defeated the Brewers 10-3. They've won 18 out of their last 20 games. Mike Flanagan, the winner, 11-4 now for Flanagan.
Well, we've got the first honorary bat boy of 1978 in the Chrysler Plymouth Dealers Contest, Tom Stansel. From Dearborn, he's 9 years old, representing Westbourne Chrysler Plymouth. Hi, Tom. Say hello to everybody.
Hi.
All right, we thank you. Now, Tom has talked on the radio today. And good luck as the Tiger bat boy, Tom. Here's Lou Whitaker at the plate now. And Guidry delivers. Lou hits a bounding ball to first base. Chambliss makes the play unassisted. And the Tigers have 1 out and nobody on in the last half of third. The Tigers in the lead by a score of 1-0. Here's the man who put him in the lead, coming up again, Ron LaFleur. He homered in the first inning. That was number 6 for Ron LaFleur in the home run column. Oh, the lean Mr. Guidry, ready to go into action against Ron. And he fires a fastball in above the knees. Strike 1 call. There's a fastball in too close, and the count even on him, 1-1. Got to get my picture taken now with Tom Stansel. Here's a ball low, and the count is 2-1. Barbara Weinberg going to work. Here's the windup and the pitch. Here's a ball in close. 3-1 the count on him. 1 out, nobody on. Tigers lead 1-0. Here's the pitch, swung on, fly ball right center field. Jackson and Thomason converging on it, and it is Thomason, the center fielder, to take it out of the air for the out. 2 down. That'll bring up Steve Kemp. Steve ready to get in there now against Guidry. 1 run, 2 hits for the Tigers. The Yankees have no runs and no hits. Kemp digging in against the left-hander. Guidry heaves a sigh, now kicks and deals, and there's a fastball outside. Ball 1. Still a lot of daylight left here at the old ballpark, and the folks have been coming in, but we've still got room for you and a lot of baseball left. Fastball low around the knees, 2-0 on Steve. Leading the league in walks. 1 blow is the difference in this contest right now, that home run by LaFleur. Kemp takes high and outside. 3-0 the count on him. Here's the motion and the pitch on the way. Kemp takes, strike. That was a breaking ball. 3-1. He worked him to the 3-1 count. The first time he batted in the first inning and then popped up to shortstop. They let him swing away on 3-1. Let's see what he does this time. He takes this time, and it's ball 4. Walk him. That is the first base on balls issued by Guidry. He struck out 3 and walked 1 and given up 2 hits. Here's Rusty Staub. Rusty to be followed by Jason Thompson. Last half, the third, 1-0 Detroit against the Yanks. Staub leaning in, waiting. Fly to left the first trip. Takes the ball low. Fastball below the knees. Chambliss holding on the bag with Kemp over there. That gives Staub a little more room to hit between Randolph and Chambliss, the second baseman and the first baseman. Here it comes. He takes the ball inside and low. The fastball. 2-0 the count on him now. Now Rusty steps back in the batter's box. Chambliss holding with the runner at first base, Steve Kemp. Here's the set by the left-hander Guidry. He flips one over to first base, and Kemp is back standing up. Greg Kosk, the big umpire over there on top of the play. Now the set of the pitch. He takes a curve in for a strike. That one got in the letters. Newcomer to the Yankee broadcast booth, Fran Healy, the former catcher. Over there with Bill White, the former first baseman. Phil Rizzuto and Frank Messer on the other side doing the TV for the Yanks. There's a bounding ball to first. Chambliss bobbles it, picks it up, makes the tag of Staub coming down the line, and the Tigers are out in the third inning. No runs, no hits. They had a walk, no errors, and 1 man left. And at the end of 3 at Tiger Stadium, Detroit 1 and New York 0.
No charge checking. Other banks make it tougher. City National makes it easier. Now, while other banks are increasing the minimum savings balance you need for no charge checking, CNB lowers it with combo checking.
Nobody has got what City National Bank has got.
That's right. Some banks are raising the minimum savings requirement to a whopping $500, but CNB lowers it to $200. A $200 minimum balance in savings or a $200 minimum balance in your checking account, and you check without charge. $200 in savings or $200 in checking, and you write all the checks you want without charge. All your checks without charge. Other banks make no charge checking tougher. Combo checking makes it easier.
Who's got it? Nobody but City National Bank.
Member FDIC.
Get your Tigers bumper sticker from your Marathon Man, a full-service dealer. Now available at your participating Marathon service station. No purchase necessary.
Well, the Tigers hold the lead now. 1-0, 1 run, 2 hits for them, no errors. The Yankees have no runs, no hits, and no errors. Rosemar dueling away with Guidry. Rosemar on the mound now, ready to face the Yankees. And here at the microphone, Paul Carey.
All right, Ernie, thank you. It'll be Willie Randolph leading off against the Rose here in the 4th inning. Randolph bounced out to short. He is first time up back in the 1st inning. There's been 1 base runner against Dave Rosemouth. Gary Thomason, who walked in the 3rd inning, moved to second on a ground out, got to third on another bounce out, but was stranded there. Here's the windup by Rosemouth, the pitch. It's up high with a curve. Randolph has been bothered by some ailments, too. A lot of Yankees complaining of some injury, one or another. There's a pitcher a little high, 2-0 on Randolph. Well, he's had a sore knee, and he's also been bothered by a sore thumb. Now the windup, the pitch. Curve is in for a strike. Two-one count now, and Randolph leading off the fourth inning for New York. Rosema into the motion. Here's the pitch from Dave. On the corner for a called strike. On deck is Thurman Munson. He'll be followed by Reggie Jackson here in the fourth inning. Now Rosie gets the sign from Parrish. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Half swing, dipping curve was outside and low. Good crowd here on this Thursday night, but not a sellout by any means. But a fine Thursday night turnout for Irish American night in the beginning of the series. Swing and a bouncer to short. Good hop for Trammell. The throw to Thompson. He's out. One away in the fourth inning. And that'll bring up Thurman Munson. Munson, one of the best clutch hitters in the business. Ernie was posing that question around here a short while ago of various baseball people asking who they'd like to see at the plate with a man at third and two down. And of anybody, that is past or present. And I tend to go with, among those present-day players, Munson should certainly be cited. There's a foul fly down to the Tiger bullpen, out of reach of anybody. One strike on Thurman. And a catcher in the National League that may be underrated by a lot of people, but not by the opposing pitchers. Ted Simmons is another former Southfield High School star. One out, nobody on here in the top of the fourth inning. The one-strike pitch to Munson. High, it's 1-1. One nothing. Tigers lead in the fourth. There's a swing and a ground ball deep in the hole into left field, just out of the reach of Trammell. And there's the first hit of the night for the Yankees off Rosema. A ground single through the hole into left field. That'll bring up Reggie Jackson, who grounded to short his one time up. Reggie wears 44. He came over to the Yankees, found his favorite number 9, being used by Greg Nettles. Reggie with 11 home runs, 41 runs batted in this season. Tigers will shift to the right on him, both in the infield and the outfield. Here's the set. The pitch is high with a fastball from Rosema. We're gradually getting some scoring information elsewhere in the majors. Well, our ticker is not operative as yet. I don't think anything is yet in the ballpark. Here's the set. The pitch from Rosema. Strike called on Reggie. At Philadelphia tonight, after 4 innings, the Phils lead the Cardinals 2-0. The Mets underway against Montreal at Shea Stadium, 1-0 New York in the second inning. The only other games going right now. Munson at first, one down. The pitch. Jackson takes outside. Rosema has gotten behind some of the Yankee batters in the early going here. And perturbed by some of the calls by plate umpire Jim McKeon. Toss to first, and Munson gets back. Good to see the stick back in uniform. Gene Michael coaching behind first base. He was an assistant to the president of the club last year. Now he's on the field. Up high, it's 3-1. Michael would be in the press box area or in one of the accompanying booths, hooked up with a telephone to the Yankee dugout. He was their spy in the sky. And this year, he has joined Billy Martin's coaching staff and taken Elston Howard's old spot on the coaching lanes at first. 3-1 count, throw to first. Munson is back. Now Rosema to the belt. Here's the pitch. Popped in the air, foul down the left field line. Kemp with a long run. He's still racing in the bullpen. He's there, makes the catch. And Munson hustles back to first base. Good running catch for Kemp, who was swung around toward left center. He had to go a long way, and the wind helped out that time. The wind is blowing very strongly across the left field roof. That is down the left field sideline, out toward right field, and that kept that ball in play. Here's Chris Chambliss now, who bounced out to second in his only time at bat tonight. A left-hand batter, 5 homers, 36 runs batted in. He bounces a foul down to the Yankee bullpen. Expecting a great turnout again tomorrow night and Saturday night. And again on Sunday afternoon for this 4-game series with the Yankees. Tigers will take off, go to Cleveland for 5 games in 4 days with the Indians. A couple of makeups in there, and then head for New York next weekend. A little low to Chambliss, 1-1 on Chris. So while the Tigers haven't seen the Yankees before tonight, they're going to see a lot of them in the next week and a half. The pitch to Chambliss, swung on. There's a drive to center field. The floor to his left comes in a bit, makes the catch. That's all for New York in the 4th inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, a man left after 3.5 innings. It's the Tigers 1, the Yankees nothing.
Only 2 catchers in Major League Baseball have played as many as 150 games in a season while giving up only 4 passed balls. Now, in Labatt's baseball trivia quiz, can you name these 2 backstops? Try to remember, and while you do, here's something else to remember.
Remember Labatt, the green one blue sky taste of Canada.
Tigers coming to bat against Ron Guidry here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The man from Cajun country, Ron Guidry, out of Louisiana. Once attended Southwest Louisiana State. And there are many who feel he may be the best athlete on this ball club. He has fine speed, a great throwing arm, and he's showing it out on the mound. Jason Thompson will lead off against Guidry here in the 4th inning. Jason struck out, trying to check a swing in the 1st inning. The pitch to Thompson. He takes it. It's outside. Thompson had a fine night last evening in Toronto. Home run, a double and a single, 3 runs batted in, lifting his average above the 300 mark. The pitch. There's a called strike on Thompson. Tigers had gone back to the 500 mark before getting well at the expense of the Blue Jays the last couple of nights. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on, a ground ball up the middle into center field. A base hit for Thompson. Jason continues his solid swinging. With that hit, Thompson is now hit safely in 7 straight games. That'll bring up Aurelio Rodriguez. Aurelio's tailed off at the plate somewhat. Got an RBI last night, but otherwise went hitless. But no one possibly believed that Aurelio's average would hang up as high as it was early in the season. There's a bunt foul. For the month of April, Rodriguez hit above 400. 1-0. The Tigers lead the Yankees here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ron LaFleur led off the Tiger 1st inning with his 6th home run of the year into the lower deck in left center field. Thompson at first with a leadoff single for Detroit. Here's the look to first by Guidry. The pitch. Swung on and missed. That was Guidry's smoker. Down around the knees, and Rodriguez just simply couldn't find it. So a quick 2-strike count on Aurelio. The pitch to him. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. That's number 4 in the strikeout column. Well, he's got that strikeout pitch, no question of that. Guidry with 18 strikeouts in his last outing against California. That'll bring up Mickey Stanley, who hit a solid single in the left field his first time up. Guidry leaning on the knee, getting the sign from Munson, looks to first. Thompson with a short lead there. The pitch. Swung out, base hit to left field. Solid line drive by Stanley. Thompson will hold at second. Takes a big turn, but White feeds the ball in, cut off by Stanley. And Mickey Stanley comes through with his second straight single. The Tigers in business here in the fourth inning. Runners at first and second and one away. And the batter will be Lance Parrish. Lance was overmatched the last time up. He struck out. Let's pause here for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
Hi, this is Bob Hines inviting you to join me weekends right here on America's great radio station for the Great Weekend. Here.
A swing and a miss by Parrish on the first one, delivered by Guidry. He took a golf swing at that one. Thompson at second, Stanley at first, one away in the Tiger fourth inning. The pitch to Lance, swung on, a hard hopper, grabbed by Nettles. He goes to second for one, the relay, double play. What a play by Greg Nettles on a blazing hard one hopper by Lance Parrish. Turned into an around-the-horn double play for the Yankees. For the Tigers in the fourth inning, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. They leave a man, and after 4 innings of play, it's still the Tigers 1, the Yankees nothing. Well, they called it the hot corner, and I'll tell you, the mitt of Greg Nettles has still got to be stinging, and his hand has got to be stinging as he steps to the plate. What a tremendous play by the fine Yankee third baseman on a smash off the bat of Lance Parrish, and he converted it into a double play. He had to react so quickly on that ball. He had really, the ball almost spun him around. It was hit so hard. He stuck the glove, and it was right there. And there's Nettles to lead off the fifth for New York. A windup by Rosemouth, and the pitch on the outside corner for a strike. I see a sign out in the left field bleachers out there, Ernie. Oh, some folks from West Branch. A bouncer foul. I've got a group of 8 down from West Branch, Michigan. Steve, Mike, Joe, Chuck, Wheat, Steve, Tim, and John. Enjoying Tiger baseball down here tonight. All right. Here's the pitch. Up high. A ball and 2 strikes on Greg Nettles. Nettles with 12 homers, 31 runs batted in. Rosemouth taking a little time now. Wipes some perspiration off. Not really that warm, but he's working hard on the mound. A 1-2 pitch now to Nettles. He swings and bounces a foul toward the on-deck circle. There, Gary Thomason just picks up a foot and let it go underneath him. One nothing, the Tigers lead here in the top of the fifth inning. Nettles waiting on Rosemouth, the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. First strikeout for the Rose. And it'll bring up Gary Thomason. Well, the Tigers did make their flight out of Toronto last night, thanks to the good graces of the folks at the Toronto airport. Kind of bending the rules a little bit, perhaps, but the Tigers about 58 minutes behind the normal cutoff time for flights out of the Toronto airport. Managed to leave just a couple of minutes before midnight after that long game with the Jays. The first pitch to Thomason, inside and low, ball 1. But it was hurry-up time after that game came to an end last night in Toronto. Rosemouth winds, delivers high, 2-0. I don't think a number of the Tigers had ever dressed so fast as they did last night. Parrish has called time. He's gone out for a conversation with Rosemouth. Lance has had his say. Tigers are going to see Ed Figueroa tomorrow night. Maybe. He is the scheduled starter. But Figueroa has not been feeling well. He said that he's got a sore arm. There's a swing and a bouncer past the glove of Rosemouth. Deep at second is Whitaker. He's got it. The throw. Got him. And there are 2 down in the Yankee fifth inning. That'll bring up J. Johnstone. Well, Billy Martin has had to really do some shuffling with his pitching staff. He gives Guidry 4 days rest all the time. But he's had problems with various injuries with the other members of the staff. On the outside corner for a strike on Thomason, or rather on Johnstone. Johnstone bounced out to Rosema his first time up. He's the DH tonight. Out of a free spirit. Takes it high and wide, 1-1. Last time I saw Jay Johnstone was in spring training. He was wearing a Lou Brocabella. Those little hat umbrellas. The pitch to him. He swings and loops one toward right field. Could be tough. Whitaker goes back. He makes the catch. Nice catch by Whitaker. Good running catch by Lou Whitaker in short right field of a little soft line drive. Now, for the Yankees in the fifth inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left after 4.5 innings. It's still the Tigers 1 and the Yankees nothing. Oh, we've got the starters on the other games in the American League now. At Chicago, the White Sox playing Seattle, and it's Dick Pohl for Seattle and Francisco Berrios for the White Sox. At Texas, the Rangers are using Ellis and Morgan. Mike Morgan, the young rookie just out of high school, is getting the start for Oakland. And Brian Doyle has gone to the ball game to play second base for Willie Randolph now, as Alan Trammell leads off the Tiger fifth inning. A pitch from Guidry fouled behind the plate. So Randolph, who's been hurting with a bad knee and a bad thumb, is out of there. And Doyle takes his spot at second base. So he'll be batting in Randolph's spot in the batting order, up in the number 2 position. There's a check swing bouncer to the mound, through the legs of Guidry. Charged by Stanley. He can't pick it up. Oh, that was weird. A little check swing bouncer. About the easiest play a pitcher can ever get. And it went right through Guidry's legs. He is mad at no one but himself right now. It'll be an error.
And Paul, here's a fellow who's supposed to be one of the best fielding pitchers in the business. It shows you it can happen to anybody.
Yep, he's supposed to be the best athlete on the team. And the softest thing you could handle, and it goes right under the glove, through the legs. Stanley charged on the grass behind the mound, but he couldn't pick it up cleanly, and it's an error on the pitcher. Whitaker squares, takes a strike. Nettles and Chambliss charging from the corners as the Tigers are in a sacrifice situation. Trammell getting his lead at first. Here's the pitch. Bunted foul to the left of the plate, so Sweet Lou has a couple of quick strikes on him. That's the play that so many managers think about later, what might have been, had we been able to lay the ball down to move a runner into scoring position. The failure to move that man along has cost so many runs to so many clubs. Here's the pitch. He squares anyway and bunts foul. He's out of there on a strikeout. Well, they sacrificed Whitaker that time, giving him the bunt sign on the 2-strike count. And Whitaker couldn't get it in play. So here's Ron LaFleur stepping in with 1 out now. Trammell at first base. Guidry is credited with his 5th strikeout. LaFleur, the difference in the ball game with his home run in the first inning. The set by Guidry. Here's the pitch. Strike called on Rod. Guidry ready, delivers. He blew that smoker right by him. LaFleur gradually bringing that average back up. 1 for 2 tonight. He had drifted down to as low as 259. But now has picked up a couple of hits in each of his last 3 games. They pitch to him just outside. Trammell with the lead at first. The pitch is taken outside. 2-2 now on LaFleur. Guidry has been extremely successful, getting a full 4 days rest between starts. He's been certainly the most dependable pitcher the Yankees have had this year. The set and the toss to first, but back in time is Trammell. Remember when Gibbery first joined the ball club, he was used as a pinch runner on several occasions. His pitch swung on, drive to right center field. Thomason going over and back makes the catch. And Trammell, playing it halfway, has to hustle back to first. Ron hit it well, but Thomason was playing LaFleur not to pull. So they're 2 down in the 5th inning. And that'll bring up Steve Kemp, who has popped to short and walked. Kemp had a big hit in the game last night. A 2-run double that broke the 6-6 tie in the 6th inning at Toronto. They're 2 down now with a runner at first. The Tigers in front 1-0. The pitch to Kemp. Up high with a fast one. Milt Wilcox scheduled to work the second game of the series for Detroit tomorrow night. Ed Figueroa in the original plans for the Yankees. Well, the pitch to Kemp is a fastball high for ball 2. Kemp checking in time. Billy Martin will go with Ken Clay on Saturday and then come back for the left-hander Don Gillett on Sunday. Tigers with Slayton Saturday, Baker Sunday. Strike called on Kemp. He took an unbelieving look at plate umpire Jim McKeon. Well, they had a battle of hot teams in Milwaukee today. Baltimore coming out on top over the Brewers 10-3. Kemp swings a one-hopper to shortstop. Stanley underhands for the putout at second as Doyle makes the putout on the runner Trammell to retire the Tigers in the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. After 5 innings of play, it's the Tigers 1, the Yankees nothing. Ready to go in the 6th inning at Tiger Stadium, 1-0 Detroit. Fred Stanley leads it off against Dave Rosemont. Dave has pitched excellently tonight. The pitch to the plate. Swung on. There's a drive deep left field. Kemp going back a little belatedly. He's there to make the catch on the warning track. Kemp generally plays a very deep left field, but with Fred Stanley not reputed to have a great deal of power, Steve was not playing very deeply, and he didn't go back very quickly either when the ball hit the bat, but he had to take off in the last minute, was there to make it. 1 away in the 6th inning for New York. Royal White, the switch-hitting outfielder, will be at the plate now. He's 0 for 2, batting left-handed against Rosemont. And a pigeon-toed at the plate when he bats left-handed. Here's the windup by Rosemont, the pitch. Strike called on Roy. Gotten the information by way of Gene Monahan, the Yankee trainer, that the reason Willie Randolph left the lineup is because he had aggravated his sore right knee. Outside to White, a 1-1 count on him. Now Rosemont rocks back. Here's the pitch. A little low, he checked in time. 2-1 on White. 1 out, nobody on. Brian Doyle is on deck. Swung on and popped foul down the left field line. Kemp won't get there. He gives it a chase, but it bounces into the stands and then out of the grass. Long boarding house reach. Obtained a souvenir that time. 2-2 count on Roy White. Now Rosemont shakes off one, nods his head. They pitch to White. Swung on. There's a drive to deep right center field. LaFleur on the run. He's there. Makes the catch. And there are 2 down. That'll bring up Doyle for the first time in the ball game. Randolph batted twice, bounced out to short each time. Doyle has seen action now in 5 games, this being his 5th. 2 hits and 11 trips, no homers, no RBIs. Rookie infielder with the Yankees. Just called up the other day. Here's the windup by Rosemont. The pitch. Swung on. There's a drive to right field. It'll drop in for a base hit for Doyle. He just reached up and timed it well and slapped it out to right field. That's only the second hit of the ball game, but the Yankees off Rosemont. And it brings up Thurman Munson, who has the other one. He collected the first hit off the Rose with 1 out in the 4th inning. A ground single to left. Yankees' #1 pick in the January draft has a familiar name. The boy's name is David Harris. And he's familiar because the young shortstop is the son of Gale Harris, who you Tiger fans may recall was one-time first baseman with the Tigers, and his son now property of the Yankees. Short lead at first for Brian Doyle. Now he lengthens it a bit and draws a throw, but gets back. Tigers suspicious. They lead 1-0 over New York here in the 6th inning in a well-pitched game. Rosie looks over his shoulder. The pitch to the plate. Munson takes a strike. Another throw to first, and Doyle gets back. Now Rosie taking time. He's got a 1-strike count on Thurman Munson, one of the best in the business with men on base. There's a close one at first base. Snap throw by Rosemouth, and Doyle just barely got back in time. Rosie taking plenty of time here on another throw to first. Now Munson resettling himself in the batter's box. The set by Rosie. Here's the pitch. Strike call. 2 strikes on Munson. Thurman walks back out of the batter's box, flips the bat once, another time. Did not like the call by Jim McKeon. Rosemouth back of the mound working on the ball now. Munson not ready to get back into the batter's box. Doyle lengthening his lead at first base. Here's the set by Rosie. The 2-strike pitch. Ball outside and low. Now some of the crowd felt that should have been a K on the scorecard. 1-2 count now on Thurman Munson. 1 for 2 off Rosemouth for Munson tonight. The pitch from the Rose. Jammed him, almost hit him, did it? It hit the bat. Munson is mad. It'll be a strikeout. Parrish caught the foul tip. Munson slams the bat down. He's out of the game. He pushed McKeon. He's being restrained now by Hauser. Billy Martin comes out. He's claiming that McKeon is, that the Munson, in trying to get out of the way of a high inside pitch, kicked the ball with his bat, and Parrish caught it, completing the strikeout. And then he immediately threw the bat down, bumped McKeon, and was tossed out of the game just like that. Martin and the umpires. Now Gene Michael trying to get in it, and George Maloney is keeping him away. Oh, a rhubarb here in the 6th inning. Martin still talking at McKeon. Oh, is he joying out there. Joining in the discussion, the crew chief, Jerry Neudecker, who had to run in from behind second base. And Munson is not ready to be a catcher. In fact, he can't be anymore. He's out of the game. They'll have to find a new one. But that's all for the Yankees in the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, one man left. After 5.5 innings, it's the Tigers 1, the Yankees nothing.
Well, the argument's still ensuing down there. Billy Martin going at it with Jim McKeon, the plate umpire. Neudecker trying to separate the two. Munson's just sort of wandering around back toward the dugout. And Billy is still steaming. Now Neudecker trying to lead him away. And Billy is giving resistance. Munson is now moving back toward the dugout. Greg Koss, the big umpire, with his hand on the back of Munson, sort of pushing him along to help him get over there. There goes a batting helmet thrown back toward the dugout. I think Reggie Jackson was just throwing one over there for the bat boy. That was all. So it looks as if we'll have to have a new Yankee catcher. Munson has been ejected from the game. Struck out as the ball tipped the bat and went into the mid of Parrish for the 3rd out of the first half of the 6th inning. And the Tigers keep their lead 1-0.
Well, Paul Blair, who goes and gets them as well as anybody, is squatting behind the plate right now, warming up Ron Guidry, while the Yankees decide who they're going to put in to replace Thurman Munson, who's been kicked out of the ball game for his reaction to a strikeout in the top of the 6th inning. A foul tip claimed by plate umpire Jim McKeon, caught by Lance Parrish to complete the strikeout. And Munson was just livid with rage. He's out of there, though. And the new catcher will be Cliff Johnson. Big Cliff Johnson now in behind the plate for Thurman Munson. Not too many others in this ball club do any catching because Munson is in most every game. Johnson is given some extra time to loosen up his throwing arm before Rusty Staub can step into the batter's box. Now, this big crowd came alive with a argument at the plate following the strikeout of Munson. Staub against Guidry is 0 for 2. He has flied to left and bounced out to first. Here's the windup, the pitch. Low and outside on Daniel Joseph. Rusty, along with Tim Corcoran, honored in pregame ceremonies on Irish American night here tonight. The pitch to Staub. Fastball outside, 2-0. Thompson and Rodriguez will follow in the Tigers' 6th inning. 1-0 Detroit. There's a hard smash to center, a base hit. Staub lined it over the middle into center, and he's on with his first hit number 5 for Detroit. And that'll bring up Jason Thompson. Thompson with a hit in 2 trips. He singled up the middle in the 4th inning, struck out in the 1st inning. Jason taking his time getting into the batter's box. Was set by Guidry. The pitch. A ball outside. Infield swings to the right. The outfield plays him straight away. The pitch from Guidry. Swung on, fly ball lifted to center field. Backing up and to his left is Thomason. He's waiting for it. He has it, and Staub is tagging. Bluff's going to second. The throw comes in to Doyle, and Staub retreats. Well, there's one down with a man on. That'll bring up Aurelio Rodriguez. Well, some longtime Tiger baseball fans hope they're tuned in tonight because this is their anniversary, their 53rd wedding anniversary. Mr. and Mrs. Mike Koch of East Detroit. Congratulations from Ernie and me and all the Tigers. Rodriguez 0 for 2 against Guidry. The pitch to him. It is low. Rodriguez has flied to left and struck out. Guidry has struck out 5, walked 1, and yielded 5 hits. But one of the hits has done all the damage. The 1st inning homer by LaFleur. 1-0 Tigers. Rodriguez checks his swing. It's ball 2. First inning scoring in those other American League games. The Mariners got 2 in the 1st inning at Chicago. Texas got 3 in the 1st inning against Oakland. That's all we've got reported thus far. Swing and a pop foul out of play into the upper deck behind first. Staub at first with a leadoff single. 1 down here in the Tigers' 6th inning. Two-one count on Rodriguez. Guidry ready. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Rodriguez waiting on Guidry now. The lithe left-hander ready. Delivers. Fouled in the dirt behind the plate. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network.
Mark Avery drives the music home in the afternoon music hall, Monday through Friday afternoon at 3 o'clock here on the Goodwill Station, WJR Detroit, Radio 76.
There's a ball to all radio. It's a full count now. 3-2 on Rodriguez. Stop at first and one away. Tiger fans trying to start a little rhythmic applause. And Guidry took too long. Rodriguez asked for time. Now Guidry into the set. Here's the pitch. Stop goes. It swung on. Bounced to short. The underhand toss to second for one. The relay dug out of the dirt by Chambliss. A good play on both ends. A double play for New York. And that's all for the Tigers in the sixth inning. For Detroit, no runs. One hit, no errors. Nobody left on base after 6 innings of play. It's still the Tigers 1, the Yankees nothing. Well, this has been a gem thus far, 2/3 of the way through this ball game. It is a 1-0 Tiger lead thanks to a first-inning homer by Ron LaFleur. Dave Rozema has allowed just 2 Yankee singles by Thurman Munson and by Brian Doyle, who replaced Willie Randolph in the middle innings. The Tigers have picked up 5 hits off Ron Guidry, including that first-inning homer by Ron LaFleur. The other hits have all been singles, 2 of them by Mickey Stanley, 1 apiece by Jason Thompson and Rusty Staub. Guidry has fanned 5 and walked 1. And Dave Rozema ready now to face Reggie Jackson, Chris Chambliss, and Greg Nettles here in the 7th inning. Back for the play-by-play, Ernie Harwell.
Here's Reggie at the plate now. He's 0 for 2 against Rozema. 1-0 Tigers leading, 7th inning. Single by Munson and a single by Doyle. The hits off Rozema so far. And Jackson takes a curve in a little bit too close from the young Tiger right-hander. Outfield deep to right on Jackson, digging in, left-hand hitter waiting. Here's a windup. Here's a pitch. He swings and fouls it back to the screen. He'll be followed by Chambliss, and then it'll be Nettles. We're in the thick part of the Yankee batting order right now. 7th inning. Tigers 1 run, 5 hits. New York no runs and 2 hits. Time called at the plate. Jackson not quite ready to get back in there. Rodriguez wide of the bag at third. The shortstop Trammell pulled over to the glove side towards second base. Now the Rose pitches, and Jackson swings and fouls it out of play back at the plate. Well, we'd like to salute some wedding anniversaries of Tiger fans. Mr. and Mrs. Walter Thomas of Grosse Pointe Farms, number 562. Mr. and Mrs. Robert Squire of Ludington on their 60th. Mr. and Mrs. S.J. Engel of Imlay City, Michigan, celebrating their 68th. Jackson pops it up into the infield. Rodriguez calling for this one behind the mound, and he has it for the out. Jackson pops to third. Here's Chris Chambliss, who has bounced to second and flied to center. Another left-hander to face the right-hander, Rozema. 1-0 Tigers lead on the home run by LaFleur in the opening inning. And Chambliss fouls it away to the screen. The Yankees have left 3 runners on. They've had 1 walk. Rozema struck out 2. Chambliss digs in to wait on the strike 1 pitch. He swings a base hit to center field. A line shot single pass for the ear of Rozema and on into center field there by LaFleur. That'll be the 3rd Yankee hit. They've all been singles. And Nettles steps up now. Made a great play at third base early in the ball game to turn a Parrish smash into a double play. The Yankees have picked up 2 double plays so far. Nettles has bounced to the pitcher and struck out. Gary Thomason waiting on deck for the Yanks. They've got a man on and the man out. 1-0 Tigers lead them in the 7th inning. Infield and double play depth on Nettles. The left-hand batter waits, and the pitch is a ball outside. Just stopped the outside corner on Gregg. G-R-A-I-G, Greg Nettles. Brother Jim, you remember, played for the Tigers, among other clubs. Here's the throw to first. Chambliss is back in time. Nettles leaning in, waiting. Roseman sets and pitches. Here's a bounding ball up the middle, past Roseman to center field. Chambliss turning at second, holds on. Here's the throw by LaFleur back into the diamond. That ball barely got by Roseman. He almost had a shot at it. A hopper past the mound into center field puts two Yankees on. It's the first time they've had runners in the ball game on the base, two of them at one time. And the batter now will be Thomason. Two men on, one man down. The Tiger bullpen getting busy. That's John Hiller starting to throw.
Rosie just didn't quite react quickly enough on that one. It looked like he might have had a shot at that ball. Hit right through the box.
Might even have been a double play if he had a little quicker reaction. But he got through there for a base hit. And the Yanks have their threat on now in the seventh. The Tigers lead them by 1-0. Here's Thomason. He's walked and bounced to Whitaker at second base. Left-hand batter at the plate, bent at the knees, and takes a strike call. He'll be followed by Jay Johnstone, the designated batter. Tigers won, the Yankees nothing. Seventh inning at Tiger Stadium. Jay represents the game's tying run. That's Thomason over at first base. And Roseman pitches. Johnstone takes a strike. Stanley waiting at the on-deck circle.
Bat of Jay Johnstone's, it looks like it's got one of the narrowest handles in the business.
About that. Sure does.
Like a splinter.
Remaining in, standing fairly deep, sort of a closed stance hitter. Waiting on Roseman. Strike one pitch. Here it comes. He takes a curve outside. Well, our tick is not working in the booth tonight, so we're very lax on our scores, but Texas leads Oakland 3-0 at the end of one. Seattle leads the White Sox 2-0 at the end of one. That's all we have right now for you on the night game. 1-1, the count on Jay Johnstone. Roseman pitches. It is a ball high and outside. This afternoon, California beat Minnesota. Baltimore over Milwaukee 10-3. San Diego whipped it this afternoon. Houston over the Dodgers 4-3. Montreal leads the Mets in the fifth inning 3-0. And the Phillies have the seventh inning 2-0. Cincinnati at San Francisco. That'll start a little bit later. Now it's a 2-1 count on Jay Johnstone. Rosner's slowed up his pitching pace here in the seventh inning. Delivers a high curve, ball 3. 3-1, the count on Jay. $33,971 is the paid attendance this evening at Tiger Stadium. Looking for an even larger crowd here tomorrow night. Also Saturday night, and the finale of the series will be here Sunday. Johnstone waiting on a 3-1 delivery. Here it is. He takes the strike. Started the swing and a changeup, and he got in there. Well, Jay walks about 7 or 8 feet down toward first base, away from the plate. Holding the bat behind him. Still looking around, not quite ready to get back in there yet. 3-2 the count on him. Thomason at first base. Chambliss third. Tigers lead 1-0, seventh inning. Now Roseman picking up his side from his catcher, Parrish. 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. He swings and pops it up over toward third. Rodriguez is there. Trammell is there. Rodriguez makes the catch. Side retired. No runs. 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We go to the last half of the seventh. Tigers won, the Yankees nothing. The whole seventh inning stretch here. Guidry, who's pitched a magnificent game, out on the mound now, ready to go to work for the Yanks again. The Tigers lead him 1-0. The only run came on that leadoff home run in the first inning off the bat of Ron LaFleur. Nipper John King of Grosse Pointe, Michigan, celebrating their 55th wedding anniversary. Longtime Tiger fans. And Mr. and Mrs. Archer LeBeau of Wyandotte. We send our greetings to them. Mickey Stanley's had a couple of hits off the hard-throwing left-hander Guidry. 2 for 2 for Mick. Right-hand batter waiting. And the windup by Guidry. The pitch is on the way. There's a strike on the outside corner. It was a pleasure to see Bill Freeham, the former Tiger catching great, out here tonight. Bill looks in great shape. 1-0 Tigers lead them, 7th inning. Guidry into the windup now. Left hand's one to the plate. It's a strike on the outside corner. Home run by LaFleur, a single by Staub, a single by Thompson, and 2 singles by Stanley. That's the extent of the Tiger offensive against this hard-throwing left-hander, Ron Guidry. Guidry checking his sign with Cliff Johnson, the catcher. Delivers. It is a ball outside. A 1-2 the count on him. Hope you'll be out with us tomorrow night. Same 2 teams go at each other. Well, this one has been as close as your next breath. 1-0. The Tigers have led since the first inning. Here's the windup in the pitch. Stanley takes a wide one, 2-2. He'll be followed by Parrish, then it'll be Trammell. Nicky out of the batter's box, resettles himself in there. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. He swings and fouls it away off the mid of Johnson. Hope he didn't foul it. He missed it. Johnson dropped the ball and then tagged Stanley. It'll be a strikeout. Thought he fouled it off the mid of the Cliff, but he didn't. Cliff just dropped the ball and then tagged Mickey for a strikeout. That's the 6th strikeout now by Guidry. Parrish has hit into a double play. On the double play, hit a ground smash that sensational grab on at third base. Strike called on Lance. The Tigers have left 4 runners on, and the Yankees have left 5 men on base. The Tigers have hit into 2 double plays. 1 out, nobody. Cut and a miss. He took a hard swing at a fastball. Strike 2 on Parrish. Outfield playing him to right with this fastball pitcher. They're not playing anybody a whole lot. 1-0 Detroit, 7th inning. Outside, pitching him away. 1-2 the count. Checks his sign, works again. Here it comes. He takes an outside pitch again. Final to the before the game. Saturday, Ken Clay and Jim Slayton will be the starters. And it'll be American Legion night with Paul Carey as the MC. And Sunday, Don Gullett against Steve Baker. And that will be John Hiller Recognition Day and also Autograph Day. Here's Whitaker waiting now on a 2-0 pitch. Guidry delivers. It is a strike on the outside corner. That was a breaking ball. And it hit the corner on Lou.
I noticed, Ernie, how rapidly you passed over the pitch, hit, and run ceremonies tomorrow night, which you are going to be handling.
Yeah, but not participating in it. There's a foul back on the screen. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think we'll see some very talented youngsters out there before the game. So you folks who are coming out, come out early and see the competition. Guidry ready to go to work now. 2-2 the count on Lou. He takes a half cut. That is ruled the ball. Full count on him. Checked his swing on a low fastball. That'll give the Channel a chance to get up and go now with 2 down. Set by Guidry. He pitches. It's a fly ball left center field. Thomason is there. He has it, and the side retired. Now the Tigers get no runs on a pop fly single. 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left. At the end of 7 in Detroit, Tigers 1, Yankees nothing. Here come the Yankees to bat in the 8th inning. The Tigers 1 run, 6 hits, no errors. New York, no runs, 4 hits, 1 error. The difference in the game is a leadoff home run by LaFleur in the Tiger first inning. Guidry and Rosmer have been locked in a brilliant duel here tonight in the first of this 4-game series. Fred Stanley, the number 9 hitter, to lead it off for the Yankees. Then it'll be Roy White and Brian Doyle to follow him. Phillies are leading the Cardinals in the 9th inning. 2-0. Here's a curveball in too close on Stanley, ball 1. Now we've got a final from Philadelphia. They beat the Cardinals 2-1. Hernandez hit a home run in the 8th inning for the only Cardinal run. Denny the loser and Carlton the winner for the Phillies. Here's a strike call. Montreal leading the Mets 3-0 there in the sixth. Hughes against Zachary in that one. The other game not started yet. Cincy at San Francisco. Slow curve hangs outside. 2-1 the count on Stanley. He has bounced to shortstop and fly to left. Right-handed batter chokes that stick just slightly. Now Rosema into the windup and delivers. It is a strike. He got a fastball over. 2-2 on Fred Stanley. Eighth inning getting underway. 1-0 Tigers. Bounding ball to short. Samo charges. Short hops it. Here's the throw to first to Thompson. He's out. One away. Stanley bounces to short. That's Fred Stanley. Now Roy White, the Yankee leadoff man. With 0 for 3, steps up. He's bounced to first, fly to left, and fly to center. He's a senior member of the Yankee team, Roy. He's been here longer than anybody. Joined the club back in 65. Here's the ball outside. Switch batter batting left-handed, Roy White. 1 out, 8th inning. Tigers lead the Yankees 1-0. Rosema pitches. Here's a fly ball. Deep right center field. LaFleur going back. Has room. He makes the catch. Brian Doyle is the scheduled batter, but he's not going to bat. It'll be Spencer, the left-hand batting first baseman. Jim Spencer will be coming to bat now. Resident of Linthicum, Maryland. Bounced around a little bit in the American League. He started with California, then went to Texas, from there to Chicago. Spencer, the batter. Jim's averaged .236. He has 7 home runs and 20 RBIs. 7 homers in 38 games. And he's batting for the second baseman, Doyle. Swings and misses on a change-up curveball that broke him into the hand. Outfield deep to right on this heavy-hitting Spencer. And he takes a strike on the inside corner. Strike 2 on Jim. Johnson on deck. Last year, Spencer had 2 big games. He had 2 home runs and 8 RBIs twice in a game. Here's a windup in the strike 2 pitch. He takes the ball in too close around the feet. 1-2 the count on Spencer. Tigers lead 1-0 8th inning. The Yankees at bat with 2 down. Outfield around to right. The infield swung in that direction and deep. They've got Trammell almost over back of second base. Rosema checks his time with Parrish. Now goes into the windup and pitches. Here's a bounding foul into the Yankee dugout, and they scatter. Well, that's baseball for you. You hit the ball in the stands, and the fans try to catch it. Hit it in the dugout, and the ball players scatter. They dodge it. One run, 6 hits, no errors for Detroit. The Yankees, no runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. Well, Seattle had a 2 on the scoreboard. They took it away from them.
They don't have anything up there now.
Latest we have is Seattle 3 and the Chicago White Sox 2 at the end of 3. Pohl against Barrios. Barrios will lead by Cusack in the first inning for Chicago. Now Spencer waits, and he swings and fouls it away back at the plate. Two down in the 8th inning. Tigers holding a 1-run lead over the New Yorkers. Rosema ready to go into action again now. Here's the pitch. He swings and strikes out. Inning's over. 3rd strikeout for Rosema. nothing across for New York. Here come the Detroiters to bat in the 8th inning. The score, Tigers 1, Yankees nothing.
Say, folks, here's a tip on something new in Detroit.
Paul Blair has been a premier outfielder, now goes in to play second base, replacing Doyle, who left for the bench batter. And Ron LaFleur will lead off for the Tigers here in the 8th inning. He is responsible for the Tigers' 1-0 lead. He had a home run off Guidry in the first inning, his 6th of the year. Other 2 times he's flied to center. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. 1 strike on Ron. Now we get a 4th inning score. Seattle and Chicago tied at 3-3 at the end of 3. Guidry, the left-hander, kicks and deals. And there's a swing and a miss by Ron LaFleur. Guidry has racked up 7 strikeouts. The Yankees have pulled a couple of double plays behind him. Neither team has had many solid threats tonight. The game has been dominated by excellent pitching. Roseman and Guidry in a duel. Now the rhythmic applause getting started around us. Here's a pitch. Outside. 1-2. Guidry seems to get strikes over. He throws strikes, and then with 2 strikes on the batter, he can really go to work on that outside pitch. Now the windup and the left-handed pitches. It's a swing and a fly ball to center field. Thomason should have this one. He does, and there's 1 away. Kemp will bat next. He's popped a short, walked, and hit into a 4th out. Five outfield putouts by the center fielder Thomason. Here's Kemp. Now we've had a switch. They put Blair at shortstop, and Stanley's moved over to second base. That's what the left-hand batter up, Billy Martin, putting his more experienced fielder at second base against the left-hand batter. There's a ball in tight on Kemp. Now Guidry ready to work again. The 1-0 delivery is a ball low off the mid of Johnson, 2-0. 1-0 Tigers in the lead. 8th inning at Tiger Stadium. Guidry rocks and pitches. Here's a swing and a miss on a high, hard one. Oh, he's got that fastball working for him. 2-1, the count on Kemp. Staub waits at the on-deck circle. Guidry in motion again. Here it comes. He starts the bunt and takes a strike. The fastball over, 2-2. Tiger hits 2 by Stanley, 1 apiece for Trammell, Thompson, Staub, and LaFleur. All singles except the LaFleur home run. Struck him out swinging on the inside fastball at the hand. 8 strikeouts for Guidry. Here's Rusty. He's fly to left, bounced to first, and singled. Now Stanley motioning to Blair, his Keystone combination partner, to get over a little bit toward... Now they're moving him back toward second base. They're moving him over to third. Now he's moved back toward second on Staub. Trying to block that spot up the middle. There's a fly ball to center. Thomason going deep. He's there waiting. He has it, and the Tigers are out 1, 2, 3. And they're half the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left at the end of 8 in Detroit. Tigers 1, the Yankees nothing.
Can you afford to throw money away at the supermarket? In your car? Where you bank? City National Bank knows every nickel counts. That's why there's a big difference between City National and those other banks that charge you for writing checks.
Nobody has got what City National Bank has got.
City National Bank saves you money again with combo checking. Keep a minimum of $200 in checking or savings. You write all your checks without charge. All your checks without charge. Combo checking. No other bank in Michigan has it. No statement fees. No charge for checks. Don't throw your money away on annoying service charges on checks. Come on in and open a City National Bank charge-free combo checking account now.
Who's got it? Nobody but City National Bank.
Also available at National Bank of Rochester and First Citizens Bank in Troy. Get your Tigers bumper sticker from your Marathon Man, a full-service dealer. Now available at your participating Marathon service station. No purchase necessary.
Rosmer received a standing ovation as he went out to the mound here to pitch to the Yankees in the ninth inning. He's holding a 1-0 lead over the New Yorkers. And in the ninth, they'll wheel out their heavy artillery. Cliff Johnson, Reggie Jackson, and Chris Chambliss. The number 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Johnson up for the first time after he replaced Munson behind the plate. Munson ejected from the game, protesting a third strike. Cliff Johnson hitting .202, and he takes a strike call. Johnson has 3 home runs and 12 RBIs. Veteran who came over to the Yankees from the National League, Cliff Johnson. Rodriguez deep at third near the line. Johnson swings as a high fly ball to left field, not deep. Kemp is under it, near the line, has it, one away. Johnson flies to Kemp in left. Now it'll be Reggie Jackson with 1 down in the Yankee ninth inning. Jackson is bounced to short, foul to Kemp in left, and pops to third baseman Rodriguez. Tigers lead 1-0 on the first inning home run by Ron LaFleur. Jackson at the plate, Chambliss on deck. Hiller in the bullpen, but he stopped to watch the action on the field. Rosmer pitches. There's a strike called on Reggie. Same 2 teams meeting in tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. He takes a half cut and holds up. The ball dipped in at his feet. In fact, it almost hit him. But he was ready to pull the trigger. 1-1 the count on Reggie. Now Rosmer checks his sign with Parrish. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on. There's a drive to right field. It may be trouble. It is a home run for Jackson to tie the game. Just over the barrier. Stanley went over in the corner at the 325-foot marker, but he couldn't reach it. And the game is tied in the ninth inning, 1-1. Number 12 for Reggie Jackson. A clutch home run for the Yankee outfielder. He hit it down the line at the 325-foot marker. The first run off Rosmer. Now the Tigers got a run in the first inning, and the Yankees have picked up a run in the ninth inning. Each run coming on a bases-empty home run. 1-1, deadlocked in the ninth. 1 out, nobody on, and here's Chambliss at the plate. He swings on the bounding ball to the left of Whitaker. He bobbles it, and it goes behind him. So Chambliss gets a life on the bobble by Whitaker. An error charged to Lou. Fairly routine play to his left, and Nettles will be the batter. Yankees have a man on and a man out. They've tied the game 1-1 on a home run by Jackson. Thompson will hold on the bag. That'll open up a spot between Whitaker and Thompson over there on the right side of the Tiger infield. And Nettles swings. There's a fly ball left center. That's going to be trouble. LaFleur going over. Tries to cut it off. Does. Chambliss racing for third. He's in safely. Holding on a long single is Nettles. And the Yankees now have runners at first and third. 1 man out. Here comes Ralph Houk from the dugout. The next scheduled batter, the left-hand hitting center fielder Gary Thomason. Error by Whitaker with 1 out. And then a long single by Nettles to left center, sending Chambliss to third base. And the Yankees have a large threat looming against the Tigers. Well, they have tied the game at 1-1 in the ninth inning, and the Yanks have a man at third and a man at first. And Ralph Houk decides he wants to make a pitching change. Here comes John Hiller, and we'll have a word from Paul Carey.
Well, it's John Hiller coming out of the bullpen in this tough situation here in the ninth inning with runners at first and third, 1 away. The game tied 1-1. Dave Rosmer pitching a superb ball game against the Yankees. Through 8 innings, had allowed just 4 hits, all of them singles. But then with 1 out, Reggie Jackson lines a home run into the lower deck. Listen to the cheer for Rosmer. Dave was within 2 outs of his first win since April 29th. But it wasn't to be. He has been removed from the opportunity to be a winning pitcher. As a result of the change here in the 9th inning now, John Hiller taking over to face Gary Thomason. Although it's doubtful Billy Martin will stick with him. Lou Piniella has picked up a bat. Piniella, a strong, good right-hand batter. Looks like he'll be coming into bat for Gary Thomason. So Rozema's record right now shows 8 1/3 innings of work, 1 run. He's allowed 6 hits, 2 of them here in the 9th inning. He walked 1, and the Rose struck out 3. And, of course, he is responsible for both base runners. Chambliss at third. He reached down the error by Whitaker and then raced to third on the long single to left center by Greg Nettles. Ron LaFleur made a good play to prevent Chambliss from scoring all the way from first base as he cut off that drive up the gap in left center field. So John Hiller comes on here to try to nail one down for the Tigers. Hiller was the winning pitcher on Tuesday night in Toronto when the Tigers went 13 innings. He came on in the ball game and allowed a hit that enabled the Blue Jays to tie the ball game, a hit by Otto Velez, but then settled down after a rough 10th inning that almost gave Toronto the victory. And John went on to blank them the rest of the way. And the Tigers got the win in the 13th inning. Hiller, with a record of 6 wins, 3 defeats, 7 saves to his credit, will face one of the top batters in the American League now in Lou Piniella. Ernie?
Piniella batting .329. He has 1 home run and 21 RBIs. Right-handed out of the infield will play back in double play depth on him. Man at first is Nettles. The man at third is Chambliss. The game tied 1-1. 9th inning, 1 man down in the Yankee half. Hiller looking out at the outfield alignment. They're deep and slightly to the left on Lou. He's batting for Gary Thomason. And Jay Johnstone is on deck for the New Yorkers. Home run by Jackson in this inning tied it. Here's the pitch. He takes a high one from Hiller, the new pitcher, ball 1. Man on first and a man on third. Now Michael, the first base coach, saying something to Nettles over there. Thompson trying to hold him close. Here's a set by Hiller. And the pitch, Piniella takes a high changeup. 2-0 to count on Lou. It will be followed by Jay Johnstone. Each team with 1 run, 6 hits, and 1 error. It's the 9th inning at Tiger Stadium. Waiting on a 2-0 delivery. He takes outside. Ball 3. 3-0 on Lou Piniella. Now he steps out and gets back in. Nettles at first, Chambliss at third. Set by Hiller. The left-hander kicks and deals. Here's a check swing for strike. Piniella complaining to Jim McKeon about that one, and he is getting heated. Now Lou steps away, not quite ready to get back in against Hiller. Hiller ready to go. Sets, kicks, delivers. There's a fly ball. It's foul, and it'll probably be out of play. Up down in the right field corner. And off the facing of the upper deck. 3-2 on Lou Piniella. Hiller got a new ball. I think he wants another one. Piniella is still jawing a little bit at McKeon, the plate umpire. Well, will they send Nettles down in an effort to keep the Yankees out of the double play? We'll keep an eye on him. Chambliss at third base. Nettles at first, getting his lead off. Piniella digs in to wait on the 3-2 pitch. Nettles doesn't go. The pitch is swung on and fouled away. Oh, Piniella and Hiller having a battle here. It was a 3-0 count, then John got a couple of strikes on him here. And we wait on another 3-2 delivery. Runner goes. The ball is hit up the middle for a base hit. And here comes a tie-breaking run. Chambliss crosses the plate. The Yankees take the lead. Nettles takes third on the up-the-middle single by Piniella. And the Yankees have rallied with 2 in the 9th inning, and they are threatening to score even more. They've got a 2-1 lead over the Tigers. And the batter will be Jay Johnstone. Man on first and a man on third. 2 runs in, Yankees 2, Tigers 1. Johnstone, left-hand batter against the left-hand pitcher. Yankees now have 2 runs in 7 hits. The Tigers 1 run in 6 hits. In the kicks and deals, it is outside. They're a little suspicious. Ball 1. Bonella's pinch single sending the Yanks into the 2-1 lead in the 9th inning. Here's a pop-up over toward third. Rodriguez is calling for it. And he makes the catch for the out. That's 2 down. And will bring the 9th man of the batting order, Fred Stanley. With 1 out in this inning, Reggie Jackson tied the game with a home run, clearing the barrier in the lower deck in right field down in the corner where it reached 325. Well, then Chambliss was safe on the air by Whitaker. He took third on a single by Nettles and came home when Pinella singled up the middle. That's where we are now. 2 on and 2 out in the Yankee 9th inning. And they lead the Tigers 2-1. Miller walking around in the semicircle back of the mound, not quite ready to pitch to Fred Stanley. Fred bounced to short, fly to left, and bounced to short again. Right-hand batter takes a strike on the outside corner. Two to 1, the Yankees leading Detroit in the 9th inning. He takes a high one, 1-1 the count.
Both Sparky Lyle and Rich Gossage have been working all through this inning down on the Yankee bullpen.
Stanley waits. Here it comes. He swings and misses on a hard one. Tipped it to the mid of Parrish, 1-2 on Fred Stanley. Tigers led from the first inning on until the 9th when the Yankees took that lead away with 2. Hiller delivers. Stanley hits a bounding ball, knocked down by Rodriguez, gets up, throw to third, and Thompson can't hold the ball. The run scores. Nettles comes in. Pinella goes on to third. Well, Rodriguez made a great stop, got up and threw to first, but Thompson a little bit wide of the bag, trying to hold his foot on it. He couldn't hang on to it, so we'll wait for the score. And the Yankees have another run in. They lead it 3-1. That'll be scored as a single. A single and an RBI for Stanley. And the Yankee lead is up now to 2 runs, 3-1 in the 9th inning. Roy White, the switch batter, steps up. This time he's batting right-handed. Pinella at third and Stanley at first base. 3 runs at 8 hits for New York. They've gotten all 3 of their runs here after 1 was out in the 9th inning. White has bounced to first base, flied once to left and twice to center. This is the first time he's been up there right-handed tonight. And he takes a high curve in close. All 3 of those 9th inning runs are charged to the starter Rosemont. White swings a little pop fly back into center. Might drop in. It does for a base hit. In to score comes Pinella, racing for third. Now is Fred Stanley, and he holds at third, and another Yankee run crosses the plate. They have moved their lead to 4-1 over the Tigers. Little Texas League single dropped in. Campbell went back, Whitaker went back. LaFleur came in from center, nobody could get it, and it fell in among the 3. Here's Paul Blair, who came in to play both the second base and shortstop in the 8th inning. This will be Blair's first time at bat. He's hitting .203. Now time called by the plate umpire, Jim McKeon. Oh, the Yankees have erupted for 4 runs in the 9th inning. Time called. Johnson's on deck, and he's got his shin guards on. I think they're going to ask him to take them off. Not be there on the on-deck circle with the shin guards on. Here's Blair, and he swings too early on a Hiller changeup. Strike one on Paul. Yankees lead it 4-1 over the Tigers in the ninth inning. Blair takes the ball low, bounces away from Parrish. He retrieves it, no advance. Stanley holding at third. White staying at first base. And the pitch. Blair swings and doesn't get that one. Yankees have picked up 5 hits in this inning. Aided also by an error by Whitaker. But they tied the game on the home run by Jackson. Blair fouls it away right down in the dirt at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Paul. Cliff Johnson waiting at the on-deck circle. Here it comes. He takes a half cut. That is ruled a ball, I believe. Yep. McKeon checking with Koss, the first base umpire. Jack Billingham loosening in the Tiger bullpen right now. 2-2, the count on Blair with 2 on and 2 out. He strikes out. Swung and missed, and the inning's over, but there's been plenty of Yankee damage. 4 runs on 5 hits. 1 error, 2 left. We go to the last half of the ninth inning. New York 4, the Tigers 1.
Okay, fans, it's time for the Labatt's Baseball Trivia Quiz. All settled in? Who holds the Major League record for pitchers for hitting home runs in the most consecutive games? That may be hard to remember, but here's something a little easier. Yes, fans, the best beer Canada brews is here, Labatt's. It's imported for your special time, shipped fresh to you with pride. Labatt's, the Clearwater Blue Sky taste of Canada beer, brewed in Canada since 1828. Now the answer. Ken Brett of the Phillies homered in 4 straight games in 1973, setting the consecutive game home run record for pitchers. Did you remember that? Then you just homered too in the Labatt's Baseball Trivia Quiz, brought to you by Labatt Importers, Amherst, New York.
Tigers facing an uphill climb in the ninth inning. They need a lot of instant runs. They trail 4-1. The Yankees 4 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. Detroit 1 run, 6 hits, and 1 error. Guidry giving up a run in the opening inning on a leadoff home run by LaFleur, and since then he has blanked the Tigers. Changes in the outfield for the Yankees. Pinella goes to left. White moves from left to center. Jackson is still in right. They've got Nettles at third. Blair at shortstop now. Fred Stanley at second. Chambliss at first. Cliff Johnson the catcher, and Guidry on the mound. Here's Thompson to try to get it going. He's had a single for 3 off the left-hander. Tigers scheduled batters in this inning. Thompson, Rodriguez, and Stanley. Firecracker exploding out in right field. About 25, 30 yards from Reggie Jackson. Now the windup, and they pitch by Guidry. Thompson takes a strike call. Tigers need a rally in the ninth inning. They trail 4-1 behind the Yanks. Here's the motion and the pitch on the way. He takes a high curve, 1-1. Guidry ready to work again. Winds and delivers. Thompson looks. It's down low. 2-1 on Jason. Paul Carey will have scores of other games on the scoreboard show for you. Now they wind up on the 2-1 pitch. Outside and high. 3-1 on Jason Thompson. Guidry is scraping around the spikes here at the slab. Gossage and Lyle are still in the Yankee bullpen. The Lyle stopped throwing. Gossage is throwing now. Here's a 3-1 delivery by Guidry. He walked in. Thompson draws a walk to start off the Tiger ninth inning. And here comes Billy Martin out. That'll be the second walk issued by Guidry. Rodriguez is the next Tiger batter. And he's gone 0 for 3. He's flied to left, struck out, and hit into a double play to shortstop. See what Billy's going to do. He's going to the bullpen. He wants his right-hander. That's the Goose. Gossage coming in now to take over. Rich Gossage, the big, burly right-hand reliever, coming in, and the scheduled batter is Rodriguez. I see Mankowski up off the Tiger dugout bench, and he may be coming up to bat for Rodriguez. We'll just have to wait and see. Reggie Jackson came in. I think he put on his batting helmet. Go back to right field. Yep, Gossage is making his way to the mound now. Rodriguez has gone back to the Tiger bench. Here comes Mankowski, bat in hand, walking up the dugout steps. Getting the batter's rousing bag in the on-deck circle. Mankowski hitting .290. He's been bat exactly 100 times, 29 hits, 3 home runs, and 10 RBIs. So Gossage ready to take over. He has a 1-3 and lost 7. This will be his 26th appearance. He's been in more games than any other Yankee pitcher. And he has the most saves on the staff. He has 9, 2 more than Sparky Lyle.
There was the old Ryan Duran throwaway that time. Went by Cliff Johnson. Another one gets off his glove. Well, the Goose can throw. Guidry has got speed. But Gossage can also peg that ball. Last year at Pittsburgh, 26 saves. He was the Fireman of the Year in the American League 3 years ago with the Chicago White Sox with 26 saves. And then the following year, he was converted to a starter with Chicago. But Chuck Tanner at Pittsburgh last year put him back in the bullpen. That's what they got him for. And now the Yankees have him. Signed a 6-year contract with the Yankees last November. And Gossage has been doing the job. He's taken some of the load off the frame of Sparky Lyle, who continued down in the bullpen there. Mankowski steps in, and we're ready to go again, Ernie.
Well, he's still at the plate against the big, hard-throwing right-hander Gossage. Man on first, nobody down. Yankees lead 4-1 in the ninth inning. Fastball high on Mankowski, ball 1. Mickey Stanley was scheduled next, but Tim Corcoran is replaced him at the on-deck circle for the Tigers. Gossage sets and pitches. It is a strike called on a man called 1-1. Tigers trail ninth inning 4-1. They've got a man on and nobody down. Foul to the screen. He didn't get around on the fastball. 1-2 the count on Mankowski. Tigers got a run in the opening inning of this game on a home run by LaFleur, leading it off with a homer. There was no scoring in the entire game until the ninth inning, when the Yankees pushed in 4. Mankowski takes very wide at 2-2. Now, Guidry is out of the game. He worked 8 innings and pitched to 1 man in the ninth. He's allowed 1 run, 6 hits, walked 2 and struck out 8. He can be the winning pitcher, but he can't be a loser. And the pitch. Swung on and a miss. Mankowski goes down on strike. Stanley won't bat. It'll be Tim Corcoran to bat for him. Tim's had some trouble with his side. Batting .256. Milt May's got a slight foot injury. Came up with a pain in his foot while warming up one of the pitches in the game last night. Don't know whether he'd be available for duty or not. Should Ralph Houck want him? Yep, I think that's May out on deck now. That's right. Milt's out there, so I guess he's able to get up there and swing the bat anyway. So here's Tim Corcoran at .256, hitter, no home runs, 11 RBIs. 4-1, the Yankees lead. And Tim takes a high, hard one, ball 1. Gossage in relief of Guidry. Guidry and Rosma each turned in scintillating performances tonight. Now Gossage ready, delivers. It's a ball outside on Corky, 2-0. Thompson on first, and Chandler's playing behind him wide of the bag. Corcoran takes outside, ball 3-0, the count on him. May waiting on deck. Outfield around to right on Corcoran. It's out of the batter's box. Now gets back in there to face the right-hand slants of Gossage. Here it comes. He takes a strike. Ready to throw the bat away and take first base. But Mr. McKeon would not allow it. And the count is 3-1 on 10. Sparky Lyle working the Yankee bullpen. Here's a strike called. 3-2 on Corcoran. Dick Kidrow loosening up down there now in the New York bullpen. Here's he set by Gossage. 3-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled away upstairs. That's false to station identification. This is the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network. Yankees lead the Tigers 4-1, ninth inning. 3-2 pitch to Corcoran. He takes the ball low. That'll put 2 men on and 1 man out. Blowing inside, and Milt May will be the pinch hitter. May coming up to bat for the catcher, Parrish. 275 hitters, 7 home runs, and 22 RBIs. Here comes Billy Martin out. Let's see if he'll switch to the left-hander, Sparky Lyle here. Billy talking to Gossage and with Johnson out at the mound. May waiting at the plate. Yankees have a 3-run lead. The Tigers have 2 men on, 1 out, and Martin's going to ride the rapids here with the incumbent, Gossage. Third straight pinch batter used by Ralph House. Minkowski struck out, Corcoran walked, and now the third one, Mays at the plate. Thompson at second, Corcoran at first base. Here's the set in the pitch, and May takes the strike call. Gossage has pitched to 2 Tiger batters. He struck out 1 and walked the other one. Alan Trammell waiting on deck. Ninth inning, 4-1, the Yankees lead. He swings and misses on a low fastball. Strike 2, the count on Milt May. Tigers with a couple of walks trying to get something going. Yankees 4-run surge in the ninth inning took the 1-0 lead away from the Tigers. Now Gossage ready, delivers. Here's a foul out of play. He didn't get around on that fastball. Gossage trying to pump it through him. Strike 2, the count on Milt. Gossage checking his time with Johnson, ready to work again. There's another foul out of play. Once again, the fastball almost got past him. Same 2 teams do battle tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. We hope you'll be out here. Figueroa and Wilcox are the scheduled pitchers in that one. Set the pitch on the way. He takes the ball outside. Very wide. 1-2 the count. Gossage off the mound now, up there to get his sign from Johnson. Runner's edging off a little bit. And May takes outside, 2-2. Chandler's deep at first base. He's not bothering at all with Corcoran on the bag over there. Thompson with the short lead off second. Here's May waiting on a 2-2 pitch. Swings at the bounding ball at the Chandler. He gloves it, throws to second to Blair for 1. The relay to first is not in time. Gossage came over to cover, and the shortstop Blair's throw was in the dirt. A good pickup by Gossage to save an overthrow and the scoring of a Tiger run. It's a force out. Runners at first and third, 2 down, and now Dillard will come in to run for May, and the batter will be Alan Trammell. That play will go the shortstop covering at second base and taking the throw from the first baseman. Man on first and a man on third. Trammell at the plate. And they're putting Stanley back at shortstop now and moving Blair to second. That's the third time that Billy Martin has switched his keystone combination. Dillard at the bag at first, running for Milt May. Trammell is struck out safe on the error by Guidry and had a pop fly single his last time at bat. 2 down and 2 on, and the Tigers trail by 3. Gossage into motion, delivers. It's a strike called on young Alan Trammell. Whitaker waiting on deck. And the pitch, he takes a ball outside. That barely missed that outside corner. 4 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error for New York. Detroit, 1 run, 6 hits. They've made 1 error. Gossage ready, delivers. Here's a foul off the mask of Johnson, the catcher. 1-2 the count. So Gossage 1 strike away from a Yankee victory. LaFleur put the Tigers in front with a leadoff home run in the first inning. That lead stayed until the 9th when the Yankees picked up 4. Here's the set and the pitch. He takes the ball low. It gets by Johnson. Here comes Thompson in to score. On to second goes Dillard, and the Tigers cut the lead to 4-2. It'll be a wild pitch charged to Gossage. Well, the Tigers have scored without a hit in this inning. A couple of walks to bounce out. And a wild pitch getting their second run in. Dillard on second. 2 men out. And a 2-2 count on Trammell. Gossage ready, delivers. Here's a foul on the screen. That run is charged to Guidry. The count on Alan Trammell. Tigers trail by 2, 4-2. The pitch. Outside. Full count on the young Mr. Trammell. Johnson, the catcher, goes out the top with Gossage for a moment. Goes about a third of the way out toward the mound. Yankees lead 9th inning 4-2. Man on second, Dillard, the pitch runner, 2 down. Waiting on a 3-2 pitch. Here it is. He swings and pops it into the air. Short center field. Should in the game. Here comes Blair going back, and he makes the catch in short center field. Blair playing second base, got back and pulled it in front of White. And the game is over. The Yankees win it with that 9th inning rally. The Tigers get 1 in the 9th. 1 run on no hits. There were no errors by the Yankees and 1 Tiger left on base. And the final score here in the opening game of the 4-game series, Yankees 4, Detroit 2.
There's a big M sign round the corner, down the road and up the street. And there's a friend of mine round that corner, someone you all know and someone you'd be glad to meet.
You know, there's a special additive at your nearby marathon station. Something that can add value to your life and the life of your car. Something you can get early at your marathon station. What about it? At your marathon